Fathers Matters is an incredibly important campaign. It's urgent for us to fix what has been broken for many, many years. And for us, particularly as a national broadcaster, our mandate is to entertain, but most importantly to educate. And we find ourselves in a place in society where, I always say art imitates life and life imitates art. And so what you put out is what you're going to continuously have. So the positive messaging, the reinforcing the good stories becomes equally important. While it is that we want to reflect the society that we live in and want to be authentic, but also if we want to change the story, we have to believe in it, and we really have to portray it, because life imitates art.
Correct. I absolutely agree. So what can we look forward to from this series? I do know that today we saw snippets of 2, there's more coming. Mm-hmm. I know late September the 17th, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. Yes.
There's more coming out from SABC2.
Yes.
So what can we look forward to as the South African community?
So I think we're going to be challenged because thematically each film deals with a particular theme. I think tonight we saw is financial contribution what makes a father, right? And then we also saw a father who was there but couldn't be there, if you know what I mean. And so there's a particular film where a boy who was abandoned at a very young age, and I think it will resonate with a lot of people. And so it's those themes that have perhaps happened to all of us. And I think in the 6th part, they've managed to capture it so well. And what I really like about it, it's so raw and it's so authentic. And it really gets to you on an emotional level, because we can all connect. And if we're not those people, we know the people in those films who are represented. And so I think it's going to be enjoyed by a lot of people. But for me, from a local production point of view, we want to start telling socially conscious films and content where we can engage with this content and talk about it and hopefully change how we do life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was sitting next to one of the editors, and it evoked a lot of conversations, but we sort of felt as though it sort of like just ended. Is that the objective?
Look, I think within 23 minutes, what can one do? And I think from the creators obviously have a story license, a creative license in terms of how they want to capture the stories. In terms of how it ends, I think it leaves the wounds are still raw, because it almost doesn't finish. And what I like about that is that you almost have to finish it yourself, and it leaves you just. I was left. But now what? I have all these emotions. What do I do with them? And I think as audiences, we've been spoiled that there'll always be an end to the story. But with this one, because it's so close to home, perhaps it's about finishing the story ourselves.
This is quite interesting. Actually, it answers the question, or what she said, life imitates art.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lala.
Absolute pleasure.
Appreciate it.
And it was a pleasure to chat to you.
For more stories like these, go to www.social-tv.co.za. Subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on our social mediums.